No, it's okay. No, it's if the senator wants to. No, I'm sorry, but there must be a problem with this guy. It's very important. I'll tell you later what it.
And not.
We need to burn some sage.
Neighborhoods then were very ethnic. You could very well live your entire life on 3rd Street and 1st Avenue and not hear any English, not hear any other languages. Our butcher store was Don Michelangelo. That's where they got the meat. Don D'Angelo was the grocer. He owned the grocery store. We had all these service stores, the fruit markets and things like that, all Italians. And the Jewish people went to the Jewish stores, which were along 2nd Avenue. From 1st Street to 7th Street was this mix of Italian and Jewish. On 7th Street was Polish. And it was heavily Polish for 3 blocks. Then 10th Street was Ukrainian.
It was a very insular community in many respects. As I said, you were either Italian and Irish, or you were Greek. You didn't travel beyond those boundaries. And if you did, you went to visit a relative who lived in another part of the city that was pretty much the same as yours. You know, if you went to Brooklyn and Bensonhurst, if you had cousins there, everybody looked like you. If you went to Bay Ridge, everybody looked like you. We didn't really interact much.
When I grew up, you know, we played football in the middle of the street with Irish kids and German kids, and it was what I call a melting pot. So it wasn't totally Italian. Now, when I went to school, I went to a parochial school, Our Lady of Pompeii Parish School. Everybody in that class was Italian. I can't remember almost anybody who wasn't. So I grew up in a very Italian-American culture.
There was a little animosity with the Irish. You know, they forgot that they went through the same thing when they came here. You know, everybody looked down on the Irish Catholics, you know, and they gave them a hard time.
When I was in my teens, we had young people that had fights and so on. So I went to this group that was having a dance on Valentine's Day. Some of the Italian fellas wanted to have fights with the Jewish fellas, and I was hanging around with the Jewish fellas. So when they came in, they thought that I was Jewish, and I, being too proud to say anything other, I went outside to fight with them, and I fought with the first one, and then I fought with the second one, and then somebody hit me from behind. I hope it wasn't an Italian, but he hit me from behind. I then became unconscious and sustained a good beating, a very good beating, and some passerbys who happened to be Irish said, "Let's help beat this Jewish guy."